Goddesses and devotees, devotees and goddesses. My name is James Kelly. I represent the company. I am the CEO and CFO of S.E.M.A.J Productions Inc. and S.E.M.A.J Publishing Inc. This is our show, Devotee, the discussions. Based upon the book Devotee, which you see there, that you've been riding with me on. Available at Amazon.com. Come on now. You should have been had the book. We're up to doing chapter 5 now. And this is being brought to you with the music behind me is The Effect, my group. And which featured the late, great Robert Shaw, as we called him, Robert Daoud. And my wingman, Tito Pettiford, on keyboards and vocals. And Rob was on keyboard, bass, and keyboards and vocals. Some live entertainment of us, which will be featured on our show. Euphoric music for enlightened people. The original tune of ours, entitled Dougaloo. Now, chapter 5, traits and characteristics of a devotee. I'm not the only devotee on this earth. I've met them. They showed me who they were by the way they treated their goddesses and showed me the characteristics of what a female goddess was, not just by what they are and what they possess, what they were and what they possess, but how they treated them. That also qualifies you to be a female goddess. If he's being a true devotee, not trying to just hustle you. The devotees I've met have the following characteristics. They have or have had very strong father figures. That's right. They have or have had loving mothers. If they have siblings, it must include at least one sister or half-sister. They've never been abusive to females of any type. They must be highly intelligent. But when I say intelligent, just quick thinking, able to multitask. And when I say intelligence, intelligence is something that can be learned. You don't have to be necessarily born with it. They must have an extreme sexual appetite. And if required, be a little freaky. Or let's say be very freaky. So understand, I didn't say nasty, I said freaky. And we're going to talk about that in depth. They must be a very emotional individual. However, when necessary, not show their emotions. Especially when a human goddess is revealing intimate parts of her life to them. That's when they're supposed to be the coolest that they've ever been. Usually, devotees have or has had mortal female friends and who have encountered female goddesses in their lifetime that have confided in them as to how the aforementioned thinks, feels, and expresses themselves. Meaning, a devotee can feel the aura and essence of a female goddess, and as a result, they can tune in with them. Now, being a devotee doesn't mean that you're necessarily having an intimate or sexual experience with that goddess. Devotees and goddesses intermingle with one another all the time, and they just have friendship, co-working experiences. And it has nothing to do with, quote, being in love with each other. They may love each other because of the way they treat each other, and they have a love for that, for each other, and as far as caring for one another. But, devotees, the friend, their life is confided in them and what they think of themselves. You always tend to do that with a goddess, and she'll always give you an upright, straight up, honest response that generally 9 or 10 times not only good for you, but enlightening and inspirational to you. Most devotees I met are very spiritual people. I didn't say religious or dogmatic with religion, but very spiritual people. This will be spoken about in depth later in this discussion. He or she has a very good command of the English language or whatever your primary language is. You know, people say, many times people tell me, you speak like a white boy. I said, no, I know how to speak fluent Caucasian. They better know how. But I know how to speak with dignity and respect. And that isn't necessarily speaking to any particular ethnic group. But he or she usually has a very good command of the English language or whatever language, their primary one. And if it isn't their primary language, they do have a command of the English language to a degree. They're an alpha, male or female. To be discussed later on in this discussion. Gotta have a great sense of humor. And they've achieved academically and professionally and have professional success. They're very knowledgeable in what they do. They're very professional at all times, carry themselves with dignity and respect. So we're going to talk about at 917-843-5683. That's our calling number. Leave your messages. Go to the website. Leave us those emails. Leave us those texts and let us know how you feel, because we're going to go back to them. And we're going to talk about them on the other side. You know. How spiritual are you? Are you an alpha? Or are you one of those pushy alphas? You know, but you have to be the head of the pack. Because like they say, if you're not the lead dog, the scenery never changes. Again, my name is Jurdot. Jurdot, which stands for just you, just us, really doing our thing. And our thing right now is Chapter 5 of Devotee, a mature mortal's guide to understanding, nurturing a female goddess, and protecting a female goddess. Traits and characteristics of a devotee. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back, okay?